Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Jessica Peterson with Simply Wow Agency. It's simple. You wow people, your business grows, and you have a wow, prosperous life yourself. And today I'm so excited because we definitely have a wow power player, Debra. Hey, Debra.
Hey, Jessica. So good to see you.
You as well. We've known each other for many years, and you're such a gem. And I really admire you. And today I even learned something else about you. I think that is so incredible. So you're this gifted copywriter, and today we're going to talk about communication on a website that converts for results. That's really, one of my other trainings, Riches in the Niches. That's part of your niche, and that's brilliant. And what I've learned is you've been doing this since 1989.
Yes. It's interesting. I mean, I'm proud to say that, but whenever I say it, I feel really old.
Well, you start at one, right? You're right.
Right.
Start at one. We should hear some of your secrets, how you look so good. So today I am grateful that you're here to deliver value for anyone listening. And so many people miss on a website how important it is to communicate, because if you have someone going there, you don't want them leaving, correct?
Right. Correct. Well, what you really want people to do, and the reason they will stay, is if you have a message that resonates with them.
Mm-hmm.
People say, oh, I just want short copy. I don't want to say a lot because people are so busy. Mm-hmm. My theory is if your content resonates with the viewer, they will stay. They will read because they're going to read it and go, that's me. Oh, that's me. Jessica really gets me. Oh, wow. Now I should click that email button or the buy now button. So the message that you share is really important.
I love that. So I spoke, I travel and speak. So I spoke 2 days ago, and it was amazing. This woman came and she said, she has many companies, very successful. She goes, I looked you up online on your website. I love what I saw. I'm here to tell you, I'm here to hire you. Well, I really appreciate that. And you're an amazing human being, I can tell. I'm getting ready to speak. So let's have a conversation afterwards, right? Let's talk later. And now we've started working already together. It's just incredible.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. So I really stress that because it's important to communicate. We're not here to serve everybody, right? You really want to communicate to your ideal client and attract them to want to work with you. So what secret sauce do you have to share with people on that?
Well, when I talk to people about it, I say it's really not so secret. But I think most people know what they need to know, but they don't realize that they know it. Mm-hmm. So, and you said it just now, there's 3 things they need to know before they do any marketing, before any copywriting. And one of them is, who's your audience? Who are you talking to? And I've had people that go, well, my audience is women. Okay. Which women? Are they 18 to 25 or are they 45 to 60? Because you're going to talk differently to them. They're women who want to lose weight. Okay. Are they women who want to lose the last 5 pounds because they're getting married in 3 months? Are they women who just had a baby and want to lose that baby weight? So as we were talking earlier, before we got on the video, if you can narrow that down, then you can speak more directly to that person. And some people go, yeah, but I can help men too. And I'm like, well, that's fine. Your content can still talk to the women, because probably what will happen is, just as an example, a woman does your program, goes home, and her husband's going, whoa, look at you. You're looking great. Maybe I should do that. And so he calls you. Doesn't mean you have to say, no, I only work with women. But as the word gets out about the great work that you do, other people can come to you. It doesn't mean you have to turn them away, but you stay focused. You'll find you draw more attention because people resonate with that message.
I love that. And so you and I had that conversation about branding. I've worked with companies who say, well, our ideal client is the male. So on the flip side. Mm-hmm. And then I sit there and think, well, your logo, because we, create logos, your hot pink, or I've seen, bright purple is probably not the best to really attract the male, right? and it's so amazing and so anyhow. So, okay. So I love that's number 1. What's number 2?
So number 2 is, what's your product? What is it you're offering? And some people go, well, that's so obvious. But I will say this, when I first started my business, I was writing a brochure because it was long before the internet. And I have a lot of questions I ask people before I start writing because I don't know what they do yet. And this one client said, Debra, if I knew the answers to your questions, I wouldn't need you to write this brochure. I could write it myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, but I'm not a mind reader. Mm-hmm. So I can't write about what you're offering unless you fill me in on it. So what's your product? You know, what we say, WIIFM, what's in it for me? What are the benefits of the product that you're selling, and how's it going to help people? And when I say product, it could be a service, it could be a program. It doesn't necessarily have to be something physical that you hold in your hand, but you're there to solve someone's challenge or issue. So how does your product or service do that? So that would be number 2. And the third thing you and I were also talking about earlier is, what's your message? You know, what's what I call it, your magnetic marketing message. So the simple formula for that, and I say there's 4 steps, is I help blank, and you insert who's your audience. Then you say do, get, or gain blank, and you insert a benefit. Then even if blank, and that's going to be a challenge or an obstacle they're facing. And the final one is so that blank, and that'll be another benefit or solution. And the so that part can go on and on. So, and you don't, what I really try to stress with people is you don't have to fill out this formula and then robotically say, I help realtors, you know, do, get, or gain. It's just to help you gain some clarity so that it starts to become more natural. So I could say something like, I empower independent business professionals to communicate their marketing message in a way that helps them captivate and convert their prospects into loyal, raving fans, even if they're struggling with how to get those ideas into words, so that they can attract a steady stream of happy clients, so that they can grow their business, so that they can live a lifestyle that provides them with flexibility, fun, and the freedom to do what they love. So you can see the so that can go on and on. But once you start to play with that, you can gain some more clarity about, oh, this is my message, and you can start to test it and see what resonates with your audience. So you have your, who's your audience, what's your product or your service, and what's your message. Those are really 3 important things before you ever get started. Would you agree? I think you would agree.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So Debra, let's can I share with everyone, you're a former real estate agent, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm actually inactive. I still hold a license. I'm inactive in the state of Hawaii.
Oh, I haven't been there, but I love Hawaii. It's on my life list.
It was my home for 10 years. So.
Oh, okay. Well, fabulous. We should have an offline conversation. Now, so let's just use real estate, for example, because that's one of, my main tribe that I coach and guide, as a business coach and marketing coach. So when we look at the real estate agents, so many consumers tell me, Jessica, we're so sick and tired of real estate agents saying, hire me to help you buy and sell, help you buy and sell. Well, like you said, what's going to set you apart and really dive into your messaging, and, because you've got to answer the with them. I love it. I love calling it the with them. What's in it for me? Yeah. So do you have any cool success case studies or stories to share with us?
Well, I speak to realtors a lot too. I do marketing workshops with them and LinkedIn workshops. And one of the things that I tell them when we say, who's your audience? They go, well, anyone who wants a home. And I go, okay, but let's say you're working with buyers. Are they first-time home buyers? Because there's something specific you could say to them. Are they young professionals just getting started? There's something different you'd say to them. Are they young families just starting a family and maybe having their first child? So your audience might be buyers, but is there a specific buyer? There was a time when the market crashed where people specialized in short sales or in foreclosures. So if you really can sort of hone in on that as a realtor, then you could say, I help first-time home buyers, understand the frustrating process of being a buyer. I'm just making things up off the cuff. Yeah. But then that helps them be more clear. And again, it goes back to, well, I can help anyone. Yes, you can. But you know what? If you do a good job with that first-time home buyer, or that young professional, don't you think the word of mouth is going to travel? Because one thing we didn't talk about yet, but to me, marketing is about building relationships.
Oh, absolutely.
When I speak to groups, I do a little demonstration, and it's not about going out and networking and handing over your card and saying, "Hi, Jessica, here's my card." Mm-hmm. It's about, "Hey, Jessica, you live in Florida? We're in Florida. Do you have family? Do you have kids?" Mm-hmm. It's learning about who you are. Mm-hmm. And then as you build and nurture those relationships, you develop that KLT, the know, like, and trust factor. Mm-hmm. And for anyone who's read The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann, you'll know that they say, all things being equal, people do business with and refer business to the people they know, like, and trust. Mm-hmm. So one thing people, I think, forget, or they might go into a networking or even write their web content thinking, okay, how can I sell? I need to sell. Yes, we all need to. That's, we have bills to pay. But if you start back a little bit, go backwards and say, well, let me just start this relationship, because maybe this won't be my client, but maybe they can refer me to somebody. Maybe they become a resource for me. It's like you and I were talking earlier. Oh, you're a copywriter? Gee, I might be able to use your services. Oh, you've worked with realtors? So really, really remember the relationship aspect. It's so important. That's probably one big piece of advice that I give people is don't just jump in and start to ditch the pitch, I say.
I like that. And I'm so happy you brought that up because, one of the trainings I have is how to network, effectively and efficiently. And so many people, like you said, go out there and look at every person as an ideal, let's just use real estate, agent. They're going to buy or sell, refer to me. No, it's about creating the relationship, the system, what value, what's in it for me. Delivering that. So, and relationships are so important. I understand SEO. I know you do as well. And that's not my focus. I tell people if you're looking for referrals, I'm happy to refer you out because, if you look at the time, I'm a productivity coach. So when you look at your time with those cold leads, you're going to invest more time versus the warm, the know, like, trust. Plus it's more rewarding to work with people, like, and trust.
Know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
No, for sure. So, it's so important that people remember that and don't skip that step, because you can come home with a pile of business cards. And even, when I do come back with a pile of business cards, I'm guessing you might be like this. I write notes on them and I reach out to that person. I don't reach out unless we've had a conversation saying, "Oh, Debra, I need a copywriter. Let's stay in touch." I don't reach out and say, "Hey, by the way, don't forget, I'm a copywriter." I reach out and say, "It was great meeting you at, Jessica's WOW event. And I love that we talked about Hawaii. If you have questions about it anytime, let me know." And, that's the relationship building. And it's happened, for example, on LinkedIn and LinkedIn groups. When I still lived on Kauai, somebody posted in a group, "I'm coming to the island. What are some good things to do on the North Shore with my kids?" And I hate to say it, but a fellow realtor got in there and said, "Oh, you're coming to Kauai? You're thinking of living here? I'm a realtor. I can help you buy a house." And I was like, if he had probably answered that question with, "You can do this and you can do this and visit this place, it's great," perhaps that relationship would have started at some point. And perhaps if that woman then wanted to buy a home, she'd remember John Doe and say, "Oh, he was so helpful when I had that question about, what to do with my kids. Now we want to buy a house. Maybe I should reach out to him."
Yes.
So, be careful with your message and how you come across. And remember to just build those relationships. And hopefully everything will come to pass and take a natural progression without you having to feel like you're forcing yourself on somebody.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Well, you're amazing and you're a blessing, Debra. Thank you so much for being in this world and sharing your wonderful insights. And if anybody wants to connect with you, what's the best way?
Well, my copywriting website is Right Direction. So that's spelled WRITE, rightdirection.com. So people can find me there. They can find me at debrajason.com, which is my speaking website. And my book Can I mention my book?
Yes, of
And then we
course.
have my book, which is Millionaire Marketing on a Shoestringbudget.com.
Woohoo.
And of course, LinkedIn, Facebook, the social networks, you'll find me there as well. Thank you for asking.
Yes, of course. I love being connected with you on social media, especially Facebook. Thank you again, Debra. And thank you everyone for tuning in. And please go out there and wow at least one person today and be a wow power player. And don't forget simplywowagency.com. Talk with y'all soon. Bye.